All right, court is calling 2025 CR 012008, State versus Freddy Gonzalez. Can I have the parties announced?
Christopher Ramos and Paul Acevedo for the defense.
All right. So in this cause number, counsels, have you received all discovery? Did you review with your client?
Wait a second. He admitted to hiding a marijuana joint before the stop even escalated. That's already setting the tone for this case. Question for you. If someone's honest up front, should that honesty help them later in court? Or does it make them look guilty from the start? Drop your take below.
We did.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Gonzalez, did you review the application for community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled Waiver of Indictment, Reading of Information and Rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure with your attorney? Did you understand you're charged with evading arrest, detention with a vehicle? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow.
Quick legal breakdown. A plea of no contest means the defendant isn't admitting guilt but also isn't fighting the charge. The court can still find them guilty based on evidence. So, Victor basically said, I'm not saying I did it, but go ahead and punish me anyway. Interesting move.
Your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used.
Mindful that he is gainfully employed right now. This plea is a part of a larger plea that took place 2 weeks ago. The court asked us to return to provide some restitution, and the court also asked the state to provide documentation of restitution amounts. At this moment in time, I don't think that the state has been able to verify the various restitution amounts, but our client does have a significant amount of money to provide in terms of restitution once the state's able to verify those amounts.
We have tried vehemently, Your Honor, to get restitution amounts from all of our different victims. Some have said that they have restitution and will get us the documentation. They just haven't been able to locate it or provide it to us yet. Some have said they don't have any restitution, and there are a couple that we have not been able to get in touch with.
All right. So in this cause number, the 2025 CR 012008, restitution?
On this evading in a vehicle, no, Your Honor.
All right. What about the vehicle? Because it says that the vehicle was damaged with a screwdriver.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. This one is related to another case. Yes. That is one of the people that we reached out to, and they have not given us any documentation.
All right. How old are you?
30.
You're 30. And this happened on or about May 7, 2025. Explain this to me. Why are you... Honestly, I don't even know why I should accept this agreement you've reached, because you're picking up evadings, forgeries, thefts, unauthorized use of a vehicle, another theft, manufacturing cases, and unauthorized use. So why should I follow any of these plea bargaining agreements?
I can offer the following, Judge. All of these cases deal, for the most part, dealing with financial or property crimes. At the time that he was committing these crimes, he was experiencing significant financial hardship.
Oh, poor baby.
Well, that is not an excuse. If you have, not to be harsh, but if you have any sort of discussion with him, he not a very sophisticated individual. And I think as he's described, he took it upon himself to steal this property, sell it for funds, but he didn't realize how he was going to get caught. He thought this was too easy. So he continued, and if you look at the time frame of all of these offenses,
This is a powerful moment. You can hear the sincerity in Garcia's voice. He's trying to convince the court he's changed. But judges have long memories, and rap sheets don't lie. The question is, how much does personal growth weigh against a criminal record?
It took place within a short matter of time. That's when the offenses caught up with him. He's a very unsophisticated individual. He thought he could get away with this. He was caught. I think even one of the offenses had a GPS tracker on them. He just did not think this through, because I think part of me thinks that he is, not to be harsh, but unable to think this through.
But he's able enough to get a Louis Vuitton belt. A regular leather belt you can get is $20, and you put the LV on it. That leather belt goes up to, I think, a minimum of $350. So he's sophisticated enough to do that. Unless it's a knockoff, and it doesn't appear to be a knockoff to the court, based upon my experience.
I honestly wouldn't know how to tell a knockoff from an authentic Louis Vuitton.
Oh no, that's a Louis Vuitton belt.
Is it?
So, you want to, yeah,
But
I can spot the knockoffs.
And as the court inquires with him, you'll see that he just is incredibly unsophisticated in terms of being articulate, thinking things through, thinking that he could get away with it. So at the end of the day, he does have significant amount of, I consider significant, to pay the restitution off to these individuals if they can verify the amount. And if this restitution can be made whole to these individuals, it could be to their benefit as well.
All right, and what's the amount of restitution he's here with today?
He has informed us he's in position to provide $5,000 in restitution. All that we ask is that those amounts be verified by the complainants.
He probably could have had $6,000 if he wouldn't have had the Louis Vuitton belt.
Good. That point, if I may, I know Chris has been, if I may, Your Honor, one of the ways he was able to raise the money was selling things that were near and dear to him. One of the items that he sold, ironically, was his vehicle. So as we speak right now, he is vehicleless, which is kind of ironic considering the charges that he has.
Ironic, but understandable.
And he did liquidate items that he could sell, and he was able to raise $5,000. That doesn't mean he's stopping. He's still trying to sell stuff. And for all I know, maybe the belt is one of the things he's trying to sell. But he has been liquidating his assets. Back to the earlier question. At one point, through hard labor and diligent work, he was able at one point to afford a nice living. He was working in the aggregate business, which is basically shoveling gravel and dirt and so forth. And at one point, he was able to make a decent living. And then
Now the judge starts rolling through his record like a CVS receipt. Theft, drugs, probation revokes. This is not looking good. And when a judge starts listing your past line by line, trust me, it's never for nostalgia.
I don't know if you can notice, he has been having problems with an arm of his that is the result of a birth injury that has been progressively getting worse with his age. And his means of earning that living kind of caught up to him with his disability. Prior to this, he's 30 years old. He has no criminal history. He thought he was going to be able to do something, and he just was not able to. He caught up with him, got caught. And do I feel like he's remorseful? I feel that way. Of course, it's not me experiencing his feelings, but I do. He has expressed regret. For all we know, maybe the regret is because he got caught. But he does express regret. He is trying to show some redeeming value. He has a young child that is about maybe 4 or 5 months old. How old is your child? 4 months old. He's never been on any public assistance. He's never received food stamps. He supports his wife. He is legally married. He supports his children. And he just made some decisions. And I've asked him, why did you do this? He's kind of dumbfounded.
And I think he would happily sell his belt in order to add to the restitution. I am mindful that there are some individuals that, and I don't necessarily follow this thought, but there are some individuals that believe by showing respect by wearing their best, and some people believe name brands is the best as a sign of respect to the court. And I would ask the court to consider his appearance and his willingness to look his best or present himself in the best way as possible.
No,
It's unfortunate that he chose a Louis Vuitton.
No. I only bring it up because we're here because the argument is that he had no money. And based upon that Louis Vuitton belt, that Louis Vuitton belt is not this season. So that's something he had prior to this. And I just based upon my limited expertise in the field.
And of course, Judge, at one point, he was able to earn a living through hard labor. You know, working with aggregate is not an easy
But why didn't you sell off your Louis Vuitton and all of this stuff before picking up these cases? And why, state, should I follow this agreement?
Your Honor, this was an agreement that was entered into a while ago, and my understanding is that the defendant made strides as far as improving himself, and that was what was communicated to my colleague when they decided to offer this deal.
And what does he do for employment?
Employment right now, he's still dabbling in the aggregate. He's trying to get into the transport of aggregate, and he's working in that avenue right now.
Right. When we say dabbling, so is this a full-time job or no?
He has a truck that is in disrepair, an aggregate truck with a trailer. Or do you have the trailer also?
Yeah.
He has the trailer also, and they're trying to repair the truck to put it to work.
So he hasn't been working.
No, he still works within the industry, but he's just not making as much money as he.
Are you still working?
Yes.
You want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record. State your name for the record.
Freddie Gonzalez.
All right, so are you currently employed? What do you do?
I'm working with load. Right now, I'm working with it's the same thing. Well, I don't drive the trucks anymore, but we load them up in the yard and with aggregates and like bays and stuff like that. Probably the machine.
All right. Any other questions? All right, this is what the court is going to do. In 2025 CR 012008, court is going to sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 10 years. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. This is to run concurrently with 2025 CR 005206, 2025 CR 007489, 2025 CR 007397, 2025 CR 009295. There's to be field visits one time per month for 6 months. There's to be 150 hours of community service restitution.
Here's the turning point. Garcia admits to having marijuana and the gun under the seat. Even if it was his wife's gun, possession is possession under the law. What do you think? Should intent matter here? Or does strict liability make sense for felons?
Those hours will be deemed satisfied upon completion of parenting classes. And there's to be, and you say you're currently not driving? You don't have a vehicle?
Yeah.
All right, there's to be no driving without prior court approval.
Judge, may I, just for future reference, the truck that they are working on to deliver aggregate, will you reconsider once that truck is repaired? So they can work. Thank you.
And there should be 10 days in the Bexar County Jail as a condition of probation, and that will begin and you'll need to turn yourself into the jail. Lord Deputy Mejia, do y'all want him to turn himself into the jail or turn himself in here?
The jail is easier.
All right, so, and you're going to need to turn yourself into the jail no later than October 10th.
But we'll have an exact date.
Oh, October 10th. Yes. No later than 5 p.m. Did you review the document in that case entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorneys? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, sir.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. In 2025 CR 007487, the court previously found you guilty. The court will sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 10 years. There's a $1,000 fine that will be probated. This will run concurrent with 2025 CR 005206, 007487, 007397, 009295, 005205, 007396, and 012008.
And here it is. The judge gives him probation instead of prison. That's rare considering his background. This ruling shows how Texas courts balance second chances with accountability. But the real test? Whether Garcia can actually stay clean and gun-free this time.
2008. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors, field visits one time per month for 6 months, 250 hours of community service restitution, 100 hours will be deemed satisfied upon completion of the MRT, which is being required. The remaining 150 will be deemed satisfied once he completes the anti-theft course. And there's to be no driving without prior court approval. And 10 days in the Bexar County Jail as a condition of probation, beginning October 10th by 5 p.m. And you'll need to turn yourself in the jail by 5 p.m. on that date. And that cause number, did you review the document? And oh, I'm so sorry. Also, the state is taking into consideration 2025 CR 007488, 007406, and 009170. And Norma, in each of those cause number, I'm going to need a reset date in 30 days for restitution. All right, in that case, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Again, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you will need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And cause number 2025-005260, the court will sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 10 years. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors, field visits one time per month for 6 months, no driving without prior court approval, 10 days in the Bexar County Jail as a condition of probation. You to turn yourself in no later than October 10th. I'm sorry, you have to turn yourself in on October 10th by 5 p.m. There should be 250 hours of community service restitution. This will run concurrent with 2025 CR 005206, 007487, 007397, 009295, 005205, 007396, 012008. Take in consideration 2025 CR 007488, 007406, 009170. Yes.
I have 225 R005206.
Yes. And that cause number, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. We're moving on to 2025 CR 005205. All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You're old enough now in your life to know better and do better. And there is no excuses for your behavior. You understand?
Yes, sir.
If everybody who had some sort of issue where they lost their job or something didn't go their way, if they decided, you know what, I'm just going to throw my hands up and I'm going to start committing crimes, then where will we be? We would be in the world of Mad Max, and this is the United States, and you're not allowed to do that. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So from here you need to ask yourself if this could result in your being placed in prison for up to 10 years or up to state jail facility for 2 years. If the answer is yes, don't do it. If the answer is maybe, don't do it. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you. All right.
Don't look at my belt, Judge.
Huh?
Don't look at my belt unless it's shut up.
Oh, hey, you know what? My understanding, the goal of a belt is to hold up your pants. That's it. It doesn't have to be fancy. You know, I always tell people, for a vehicle, for me, I just want something to get me from point A to point B. That's it.
$8.99 for my belt.
Yeah. Do you know what John Wayne always said?
What is it?
He said, never trust a man who wears a belt and suspenders.
Other problem, money order.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we're back.